Good morning, guys. I'm Khushbu, and I'm here to interview my senior, Ivan, who is pursuing his master's in HHL as a finance track student. So let's have an introduction about him, from where he's from, a little bit about him.
My name is Ivan Loktaev. I'm originally from Moscow, Russia. I did some economic degrees, in particular from HSC University. It was a double degree program with London School of Economics, University of London. Then I worked for a few years in Moscow in financial services. Eventually decided that it's time to get some further education, particularly the master's. And that's how I ended up in HHL.
Okay, but why did you specifically join HHL? There was numerous options, because coming from an international country, why did you choose Germany, or why HHL?
I was considering UK and Germany in particular, because I thought that the price to performance kind of was where I wanted it to be. England or UK in general would be much easier from the language perspective, because I didn't really know German before coming here. But I think I looked at ratings, and I looked at sort of the conditions on exit, in particular the salaries, the positioning you can get after the degree, and that's why I eventually settled for Germany. And it was also an extra challenge for me, to acquire an extra language. Is important to be competitive in the job market.
And how is this experience so far, being from a finance track and not from general management?
I think it's a bit more focused on sort of the topics you might need in analyst positions and positions dealing with transactions. So you cover topics like valuation, you know how to appraise companies properly, you delve deep into LBOs, financing rounds, what's the specifics of startup markets, and so forth. So I think it's just a bit more focused on things like that. So that's basically, if you are a person who is into that, I think that's a more focused and optimal choice.
So how do you like the teaching pattern, and how do you like it here?
I think I have now the opportunity to compare it to the exchange university I'm in, and I can say that it's kind of strict, where you have to follow all the guidelines, the deadlines very strictly, and you have to adhere to that. But I think that teaches you a certain discipline, and it's also very nice because it kind of builds very tight teams, because there are a lot of group assignments and there are a lot of tight deadlines that seem sometimes even impossible, but they sort of pose this challenge that is only aimed to simulate how the real life afterwards might be. And it's sort of also, from my experience, the HHL was a bit harder than the internship I got, right? So the teaching process is the difficult part, and the learning process is the difficult part, and then you get in the real world and it's a bit more relaxed there.
So it's like you have already gone through the worst part, and now, like internship, everything will be light for you then.
Yeah, kind of like a boot camp,
So maybe do you feel like you have, what has benefited you most, like being a part of HHL?
I think knowledge, one thing is that you really develop academically with a lot of applicable skills that employers are looking for, and particularly, the valuation skills, financial analysis, research capabilities, and so forth. I will also have to say some sort of networking, because the HHL organizes quite a few events, and the events for finance track are particularly appealing. So in my case, specifically, one of the events after a few months resulted in employment offer for an internship, which I really appreciated. So it kind of gives you the network you need to start in this business world in Germany and in finance as well.
Okay. And it helped you landed up with, I think, few internships. One you already have, like you have already one booked for you, something.
I wouldn't say a few, but one specifically, yeah. And then the next year, which is right now, was a bit more on my own, but sort of it was better because you are sort of given what you need to start, but also enough to sort of develop yourself to become competitive in the market, know the tools, know how to research positions, know how to apply for positions, how to nail cover letters that it looks nice and spotless and so forth. So yeah, a lot of things.
Okay, so would you like to give any tip to prospective students who are planning to come to HHL?
Yeah, definitely. This one in particular I was preparing for. I think it takes a lot of courage to go abroad, and we all understand that it's not an easy decision for anyone. It's very stressful. But through that, I think it's important to remain curious. It's important to remain interested in people and interested in things and interested in opportunities. Wherein if you just can preserve that, people will really appreciate that. And typically it's also very important for internships again, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing, you will have in every single one. You would have to be eager to learn, right? So this curiosity, try maybe to develop it in yourself. And two like less pretty parts, which is be daring and be persistent.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes you are just a bit shy and you maybe think that, nah, I shouldn't really email this person because he's too high up or whatever. Just do that, right? Just email it. The worst thing that can happen, they will say, yeah, they cannot help, and thanks for trying. Apply for things you don't think you can get ever. Sometimes it happens that you just get it kind of easily. And yeah, about persistency, once again, I think this round I had, oh god, maybe like 45 applications, and only maybe 5 or 6 of them are in the interview processes, and one I eventually got an offer. Honestly, if you are an international, things are kind of stacked up against you in some ways because you have it difficult with the language, you don't really know the culture, you might not have relevant qualifications for Germany. So just being sort of proactive and persistent is the way to overcome that partially. So that's my advice.
Thank you so much. And I really like it, the way how interestingly you put the real experience into the correct words. So that was really adoring. And hopefully see you soon, and the prospective students will also see you next year here.
Sure. Yeah. It was nice
Thank
to talk to you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Take care.